Hello, my name is Kit Hinrichs. I'm a narrative designer. For those who don't know that terminology, it means I tell stories with pictures. I've graduated from ArtCenter probably nearly 50 years ago and have had some wonderful experiences during that period of time. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about one of the more interesting projects that we've done at the beginning of the 21st century. We were working with the California Academy of Sciences, a great institution in San Francisco, been here for almost 150 years. And it's been one of those unique projects that you get a chance to work on once in your lifetime. So they brought us in to take a look at creating an identity for them while the building was being rebuilt because of earthquake damage. They engaged Renzo Piano to bring a new structure to the building itself, and they engaged my team while I was part of Pentagram to be able to create the identity for them, create a communications package, and to do a typographic system and donor wall for them. A really exciting project we were thrilled about. So we began with the identity itself, which really grew out of the building itself that Renzo had put together. He had some sketches that had been done that showed the living roof and the hills that were on top of the roof, representing the 9 hills of San Francisco. So we used that as a way of saying, is there something that we can take that and turn it into an identity itself? So we took the shape of those roofs themselves, put them all together into a pattern which was more like a wreath, and we had what we called a wreath of life, which was combining 3 different entities from the museum. We had the planetarium, we had the Museum of Natural History, and the aquarium. And in addition to that, there was a full research laboratory. It's an integral part of this as well. So we had to try and hopefully tell a reasonable story for all of these things together. As you'll see when you look at some of the graphics that we've done with it, how the identity itself had grown from being just a sketch to being something that became an animated symbol that has, in many ways, it's used on posters, it's used on objects, on credit cards, on everything that they do. So it's been something that's been a very versatile object for them. In addition to that, we developed a typographic system which works throughout everything in there, all the exhibits that go through and utilize it. So it's very consistent in the way it's done. And one of the things that you're always doing when you're dealing with any kind of an institution or corporation is how do you brand the building itself? So we physically wanted to say, as you come to enter the museum, what is it going to be like? Now, traditionally, this would go on the glass above the entranceway. Renzo Piano did not want to have any imagery on the glass. So we rethought that and said, perhaps we can go through and embed the symbol within the cement plaza that's outside as you enter the museum. It was an interesting way to kind of say, you've arrived, you're here. It was a wonderful opportunity for that. The balance of the communication system was a magazine, it was maps, it was a membership card, it was everything that had the identity on it. And since the museum was actually going to be closed during 3 years while we were developing the system, they wanted to be sure that the public knew they were going to be open and alive and well. So we went through and did a whole range of things that made people feel that this was a living institution, things were happening at this moment. And it actually increased the membership over that period of time, not just when it opened. The last thing on our list to do was to do the donor wall. In our case, we had the opportunity to deal with a research institute that's part of this. We went up and met with those people, took a look at some of the specimen drawers that they have of all the things that they have collected over the last 150 years. And we said, wouldn't it be great to be able to take those specimen drawers, virtually turn them up on the wall and put the names of people underneath each one of the specimens. And so it was the thing that actually ended up being what we did in its final form. One of the things that's always true with donor walls is that there usually is some kind of hierarchy that defines the scale of the gifts that were given. So we had a range of about 10 different pieces that we can look at, from the humble California poppy up to a rare Amazonian butterfly, and beetles and shells and other botanical things in between. So this gave us a great scale to look at, a great opportunity to have a very interesting wall filled with interesting material for the public to look at, as well as recognizing the donors along the way. It became a very successful thing for them, and it is a real Kodak moment for people to take a look at this wall, and they have pictures taken in front of it all the time. And as we were doing this, I kept thinking, all the things that we had done for this museum was something that I had learned when I was at ArtCenter all those years ago. Always to say things with strength, to say things with clarity, and to say them with intelligence. This was a wonderful opportunity to be able to put those things into practice and to have it a gift to the city in the process of being there. I hope when you get to San Francisco, you'll take a moment to go out to Golden Gate Park, go to the Academy of Sciences, and hope you'll look at all the wonderful things that are within that institution. Thank you for taking your time. Goodbye.